Hey guys, it's WT here from the Coin Alley, and in this episode, we'll be talking about Prism, Portfolio Market by ShapeShift. More about this coming right up. Let's go. For those of you who don't know, the Prism platform is the easiest and most secure way for investors to manage a basket of digital assets without having to trust a third party with their funds. Essentially, you create a Prism on the Ethereum network, which is a fund that tracks the prices of several cryptocurrencies of your choosing. The fund's value is measured in Ether, and that is what you use to create it, and that is what you'll receive your profits in. ShapeShift claims that another company, currently ShapeShift, will take the opposite side of your investments, and consequently, there will be no counterparty risk for the behavior. Now, how does Prism work? For the end user, Prism is deceptively simple. You create a Prism on the Ethereum network, let's say 100% of Bitcoin. Then you fund it with Ether. This gets locked up in a smart contract, and if the Bitcoin price goes up, let's say 25%, you can close the Prism and withdraw 125% your original investment less fees. Now, right now, Prism is currently in beta, so you will need to receive an invitation to join the beta group. You can request an invitation from going to the prism.exchange website. Now, I signed up for an invitation back on May 24th, and I actually just received an email today that I was accepted into the beta. So that's almost 5 months. I actually almost forgot that I did sign up for the beta trial. So I like the idea behind Prism, but I'm not sure if it's something that I would use on an ongoing basis. There are some fees involved in setting up a Prism, and we'll cover those here in a little bit. So here is the leaderboard, and these are all the current Prism investments that are on the leaderboard, and we'll just go in and take a look at one of them. They do have some interesting names. Let's grab one here. Wu-Tang Financial. So this Prism is ranked number 8. And this is the portfolio. Now you can create your own portfolio. They do have some pre-packaged portfolios you can take advantage of, or you can create your own. So this particular portfolio has Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, NXC, NEM, FCT, and VTC. And it shows you the percentage of each asset, the amount, the ETH value, and the current value. So this is the starting value, and this is the current value. And of course, the green are the gains or profits, and the red are current losses. Now, if you like this particular portfolio, you can clone it by clicking on the clone button, and you can make it your own, and you can fund your personal Prism. So we're going to start a Prism, and I'll show you guys how to go about doing that. Build your Prism. And I'm going to start it with half an Ethereum. We'll call it the Coin Alley. Now, down here, I do have the option of going with one of their pre-built templates. So this right here is the 50-30-20, and it's 50% Ethereum, or 50% Bitcoin, 30% Ethereum, and 20% Litecoin. Or you could do the high market cap, which gives you Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, and Monero, or Monero, depending on how you say it. Or they have the high volatility, which has these particular assets. All right, so I'm going to go with this one, and then I'm going to go ahead and actually add some additional assets. So we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. I'm going to go ahead and add Ripple. And I'm going to go ahead and add Monero. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Monero. And then these are the percentages by default, but I can change them. So I can rebalance these if I like. So let's see. Let's go 50% Bitcoin. Then we'll go 20 Ethereum, 20 Litecoin. And then I'll do the rest in for Ripple and Monero. So we'll do 5%, 5%. I think that's fine. 50, 20, 20, 5, and 5. Okay. Now over here, you have the amount of Litecoin that I'll be investing, or the amount of Ethereum I'll be investing, half an Ethereum. Here's the gas prices that you'll pay for the transaction. So this is a one-time transaction here. Now, because this is during the beta, there are no closing fees and there are no monthly fees. So this will be the total amount of Ethereum I'll need to send. Now over here is what the ongoing monthly fees would be if we weren't actually in a beta situation. So as you can see here, the closing fee is 2.4% plus 0.05 Ethereum. Closing fee will not be charged for the first few months. So I'm assuming once they go live, they'll be waiving closing fees for the first few months. But during the beta, there's no charge. Monthly capital fee, 1%. And rebalancing fee is 0.5%, only if you rebalance. And I guess that's if you wanted to change your configuration of your investment. Now, those fees, they do seem to be a bit steep, but they may very well adjust those fees as the need of the business. So I guess they'll take a look and see how the platform, how it turns out once it launches, how it's being received by the public, and I'm assuming the fees might get adjusted. But right now, the beta, I believe it's still going to be in beta for the next month or two. I imagine by the end of December, January, it should be out of beta. But of course, that could change. All right, so here's our investment, and we'll click review. Enter your Ethereum address to continue. So this must be the same address you use to send funds to Prism. And of course, if you don't have an address, it points you to Exodus or my Ethereum wallet. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll copy in my address and we'll get this Prism funded. All right, so I'm pasting my address here. And I'm going to fund Prism. This could take a few minutes. So let's go ahead and we'll pause our video and we'll come back once we have an update. All right, and we have an update here. So it has our order number, and I need to send 0.55 Ethereum to this address. So let's go ahead and copy that, and we'll send our funds. All right. It is waiting for funds to arrive. And we'll pause that here and we'll resume here shortly. All right, so over here on the left, it is updating the progress, funds received, and right now it is validating the funds. Funds have been validated, inserting account, inserting portfolio, inserting managers, and transferring ownership. So it is coming along here. The process itself has taken, I would say, probably less than 10 minutes. But as it says over here, it can take up to 10 minutes to construct your Prism. And I can leave this page now if I wanted to. So this is it. That's pretty much it. I've created a Prism for my funds. Now, when it comes time to closing out this Prism, all I would need to do is send a 0 transaction to the address that I used to fund this balance, and that would send to me any profits that I've earned, if I had profits, back to my Ethereum address. Now everything will be paid out in Ethereum, even though I did invest in Bitcoin and Litecoin and Monero and Ripple, but it is all paid out in Ethereum. All right, guys, if you have any questions about Prism, and I'll be able to, I'll try and answer them for you. If you do enjoy these type of videos, please give it a thumbs up. If you do not like the video, by all means, give it a thumbs down, but please leave some constructive criticism on how I can improve these type of videos. And if you are not a subscriber, I would certainly appreciate you subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. And until our next video, one thing, I will be updating you guys periodically on the progress of this Prism, so you guys can see how our investment is going along. Are we in the red? Are we in the green? And so on. All right, guys. Take care of yourself. And you know what? Let's take a look at the Prism, since it did complete. All right, so this is our Prism. It's new. There are no movements as yet. So I just wanted to show you guys the Prism itself. Another thing about the Prism is that eventually they're going to have a reward system. So you can earn rewards based on individuals who are following your Prism, and if you are a leader on your leaderboard. So that's very interesting. All right, guys, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in our next video.